Miemie's Keepsakes. Welcome. I am here today again with my personal journal, and I thought I'll just do a page in my journal. Last time we were in this journal together, we added the happy mail from Beth from Yes I Made It Myself, and so I just journaled on the back of those and inside this booklet, and I also journaled on the envelope where her note was in. And then look at this amazing shaker card and dangle. So I just journaled on the back as well on the page. And over here is happy mail from Brenda Clark. I'll link their channels below. And I just added some photos and journaling, and here I started with the medieval journal, so I just wrote about that. And Thanksgiving, my Thanksgiving napkin that I decoupaged in here. I don't know, we didn't take pictures this year, it's weird. And then again, just something to remind me of what was in those medieval journals, and a little fabric cluster there, and just the pets and stuff that they were doing on that specific day. And then over here just a little cluster I wrote about our trip being cancelled to South Africa. So I want to work on this page today, and I am hoping, okay, I got the gesso bottle open. There's just a teeny tiny bit left, so it's hard to open it every time. So this is just gesso. This is just Taylor Roney. That's pronounced correctly. I just bought it at Walmart. Nothing fancy. And I'm just going to add some. I just want to tone down the background a little bit. This is about that vintage or page about sign language that I coffee dyed. That is good enough. So I don't think I was going to add some stamping, but I don't think I am actually going to do that. Then I'll show you what I want to use for this page. Move it over while that dries. So we had to take like a gift, an exchange gift, and I got this. My friend Camille made it. I just love it. So I want to put this on the page here somewhere. And then I have all these photos that I used in my slow stitching project. I want to add them, and I took, those are just copies from vintage photos. And then I also took some photos of the project that the stuff that I finished on the weekend. So I thought I want to put it in this little envelope that I also got from Camille. Thank you, Camille. Because it's kind of blues, and I don't want this, these photos glued on there. I'm going to use these vintage photos on my page, and I am waiting. It was an awesome workshop, so she showed us a lot of techniques for slow stitching, but stuff that I usually, it was paper added to fabric. It was just amazing, and totally changed the way how I look at my slow stitching projects. Okay, so I am going to add these pieces onto my book. So this little envelope with photos of my project will just clip on here, or maybe on this side where I'm writing, not sure yet. So I'm thinking I want to glue this down. This is actually a journal topper, but it's so pretty and it totally reminds me of the weekend, so I thought I want to do that. And then I have some of these photos that I used in my project. Maybe if I glue it on something like that. And of course a stamp. Maybe a label for the date here or here. I'm not sure yet where I'll put the label. So, but now that I have it on the book, I am thinking I need just a little bit of maybe background stamping, just to give it, especially here and above, to give it just a little bit of interest in the back, because once the photos are on the page, it covers most of that, and then that bottom part is just white. So I'm using Tim Holtz again, and it's School Desk CMS 057, and I'm just going to, don't want it to be too definite, but concentrate on the bottom here and here, just on the side and the top there. Okay, that should be enough, I think. And one of the things she did, we waxed paper, and then you can sew it or glue it into your book. So I am going to get my little craft iron, and then I'll come back. So I'm back, and I have some parchment paper on my table, and I have some yellow beeswax pellets. You can use regular wax, old candles as well. It doesn't have to be beeswax. Usually I would use this little slow cooker, but I just don't have enough room for everything on my table. So I'm going to, so usually I'll do it in the kitchen, I'm going to do it on here. So I'm just adding the pieces that I want to wax on here. Maybe I shouldn't wax this because I still want to write on it. Let's write on it, and then and see if that will work with the beeswax on top. Let's see. So you just add, oops, you don't need a lot. I think that's too much. Wax pellets. And then I just put a layer of, I'm just folding my parchment over, and then you just iron and melt the wax and just kind of move it around on your project. And make sure the wax goes everywhere. And I might have to add more palettes, don't know, we'll see. And the ink where I wrote seems to do okay, so that's great. And like I said, I'm just using this little iron. You can use a regular iron. She was using like a hot plate thing, anything to melt your wax, and then it kind of gets this see-through effect. I need a palette there and there. And this one, is this one done? And see, it dries almost, no it's not, almost immediately. I did need a little bit more. No, last time I tried it with the iron, I used way too many beeswax palettes and the wax was all over the place. And maybe this little iron do not get warm enough. And like I say, you can use your regular iron because you're covering the top layer with parchment. Your iron should be okay. I can't see that it would damage your iron somehow. Seems like this corner still needs some wax. There. I think the iron's a little warmer now as well. The iron idea, we were at my friend Laura's house one day and she just took her iron and melted beeswax. So it definitely, if you are you don't have a lot of room to store like a hot plate or those small, your iron works just as good. And especially if you have one of these little craft irons, even better. So now I'm just going to leave it to dry, and it dries pretty fast. Like this one is already dried, and you can see it kind of has a see-through effect. And I love the stamps done like this. And I'm just taking the excess wax off. And be careful not to burn your fingers. This probably is not a project for little kids for sure. And there, it's done. Let me just unplug this so I can get this out of the way too, because I don't have a lot of room on this table for things like this. So let's start gluing things down. So I definitely know I want this in this corner. Going to use fabric tag. And oh, that's my kitty. She's very upset because it's too cold to go outside. She likes to go outside in the morning and play outside. So she's not very happy. She just turned a year old, so this is basically her first winter. And like I say, she's not happy with the cold. It interferes with her time outside. Yes, I know. Okay. Some of them underneath, I think, if I'm not mistaken, but luckily I didn't glue it on too crazy. Maybe this one underneath too. This one. And I think I am going to use art glitter glue for this, because glue stick definitely will not glue the wax, I think. You ask me, I don't know. Let me know if you have done this and had success. Now she's trying to climb up the window to see what's going on outside, because she's not happy with what's going on inside. I don't think the other glues would probably stick with the wax, but the art glitter glue sticks immediately. It's very... So on my project, a slow stitching project, you can obviously glue it onto the fabric too, especially if you're making a book and it's inside. I think even outside the wax will protect your paper. Okay. The kitty might make a noise for a little bit because she's trying to climb up to the window. And I was wondering if I want to add just a small piece of this. What? I'm just going to tear. Oh, no, I'm not going to because it's impossible. Just thinking I want a little thing here, just because this picture is very... It has a lot of white space over there and it would bring a little bit of attention to my date. And there. I'd really love the effect of the wax, especially on the stamps. I just absolutely love it. Okay, and there is my collage spread done with the star of the show, Camille's slow stitching collage. And then I will be, let me just grab a paper clip, this paper clip, this I'm gonna paper clip in here, and I'll write about the weekend here, and hopefully once my project is done I can share it with you, but it's still not done at all. So I hope you enjoyed this and that you are working in your own journals, and just enjoy the the fact that you're writing down some of your memories and just creating in your journal. I do like this, and as you can see, some are just very plain. You don't have to go crazy. It's all about just getting your memories down, putting your thoughts on paper. Anyway, enjoy the rest of your day and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.